welcome back to more Geometry Dash, and today I basically just came up with this random idea and I think it'll be really fun. I want to try it for a new series on my channel. I'm going to be remaking 9 circles. So this, as you can see, is the full actual level. There's nothing changed here. I'm not going to be changing any of the gameplay whatsoever, and I am going to verify this on my own. So for the first step, before we do any decorating, we're first going to have to strip this level of its decoration. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the delete filter and essentially select an item and hit delete all, and we're going to do that for everything that I do not want to keep. Alright, so that's all the decoration taken care of that I want to get rid of for now. I am going to end up deleting the blocks on the wave and making some new cooler stuff eventually. I am going to want to do some custom backgrounds as well, but I think I'll focus on block design first. So we'll make sure that all of our block design is on editor layer 1. Seems fair enough. So what should we use? You know what? I could see these fitting the 9 circles theme quite well. Obviously, it's going to need a little bit of recoloration, I think. It's a little bit pink, but I think it's a nice, smooth block to add in, you know what I'm saying? So we need a good block for inside there. That's rough. Here we are now. So I did a little bit of extra work off camera. Here's where I am. I'll go into preview mode so you can actually see the colors. I'm really happy with this. I think I'm just going to continue this throughout the entire cube section. I guess I'll kind of show you what we got going on here. So obviously I used some of the default 9 circles blocks, and what I did is, since these blocks are kind of transparent, I went ahead and added a layer of solid blocks underneath them to make them look more solid. And then after that I also added a nice layer of glow right here so that they stand out a little more. As you can see, they're kind of more polished. On my 3D layer, for the 9 circles blocks, I did this the plaid kind of 3D, and then for these ones I did the solid 3D. And what's interesting about these ones is, since they're also kind of transparent on this layer, I decided to add a layer of solid blocks as well. I figured this is a pretty good filler. I did just a base layer of flat blocks, then we have this design, and then after that I just went ahead and did some black glow on it over top. One other thing, I think I'm going to go ahead and modify this right here. Alright, so here it is. I went through, I just fixed up all these lines. I also added 3D on the side, because for some reason in the original level these weren't here, even though this is technically how it should be. So yeah, I cleared this area out, and then there's also one more thing I think I'm going to try and do. I'll actually show you guys how to do this yourselves too if you want. I think I want to make the jump pads and orbs black. You literally just go into this edit group thing. You assign it a group value. In this case, I'll just give it 999, and then you get a pulse trigger like this. And then you're going to go into the pulse trigger. And then literally all you're going to do is you're going to select the group box right here, and then the group ID that you put the pad on, or the orb on, and you basically put that number in. So in this case it's 999. Then we select detail only, and then we're essentially going to change it to black, or whatever color you want, really. It's pretty easy. And then all we're going to do is we're going to make the hold time as high as we can. Oh, actually, wait, my bad. I think I need to select main only. Yeah, there we go. So scratch what I said initially. Don't select detail only. You want to make sure that you have main only selected up here. And yes, as you can see, that jump pad that I selected is now black. So I went through and I've gotten this whole first cube section completely redecorated. I'm actually really happy with how it came out. And now I want to come up with some cool effects, / I also want to get a background going on this. I'm thinking first, since the background kind of does this thing at the beginning, where it kind of blinks, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to add a layer of blocks that are essentially going to reduce the visibility every time that happens. I'll show you what I mean by that. So we're basically just going to make a big ass square. Scale. Let me see if snap actually works. Nope. And we're also going to make sure this is on the very top layer, so we're going to put it on T3, and then I'm just going to bump it up to 0 or 10. And then we'll put it on Don't Fade. We're just going to bring this sucker down. It's group 3, so what we're going to do is we're going to put an alpha on group 3. So we're going to go ahead and make it invisible, like that. We're going to put a move on group 3, so it's going to lock player X for however long. We're just going to go ahead and add alphas here, right? We're going to increase the opacity to, let's say, like, I don't know, what do you think? Maybe like 20? Oh yeah, we're also going to need to make a trigger for the ground as well. So we're going to pulse the ground. So like we'll put an alpha on there, and then we'll go ahead and make it go back to invisible over the course of like 0.4 maybe. Let's go ahead and copy and paste these over to each set of these color triggers. I could add some of like these things right here, like these sideways ramp structures, except like you'll be able to go through them so they don't kill you, and they'll just be in the foreground kind of chilling. I think that would be really cool if I could figure out how to execute it. So I've been working a little bit on this. I also changed a few things up. There's no more blocks that actually go in front of the player because I thought it was kind of annoying. I didn't really like it in the end, so I decided just to keep the very background ones that are kind of behind everything. And so we're done with that. I've been working on these, and I'm thinking about a concept where like these like checkerboard things kind of like rotate past the player on screen. But for now, for like a very background, like the very, very back of the screen, what I'm thinking is I want to do something pretty basic, just kind of like, I'm gonna like spam glow blocks essentially, but it's gonna look pretty cool. Basically, we have these right here, and we need to do something with them. Now, what I'm thinking is I could like kind of have, I want some of these to be in the background and I want some to be in the foreground. So I guess the smartest thing I can do right now is to have all the ones I want to be in the foreground, i.e. in front of the player, to be on layer 0, and then on layer 1 I'll put the ones that I want to be in the background. And then I guess we'll just go from there. Alright, so I'm back, and basically I got these all done and figured out. Well, I got the background ones figured out anyway. I do know I'm going to be keeping like these ones down here on the foreground, and I'm actually going to film me doing that part. This part was kind of boring and kind of the same as everything else, so I kind of skipped past it, but all I did was I kind of did some copying and pasting, built like 2 more of these structures, and I basically threw these up on layer 4 on top of all this background stuff that I built earlier, and basically these are all in the background, and they're on their own group, and they move at their own speed, and I'll just show you what it looks like. So as you can see in the background, we have some cool like checkerboard structure things, which I think actually they really made this level like so much better. I'm going to be using the rotation trigger. How we're going to do this is basically it's going to rotate into view, so we're going to kind of move it up here. We're going to see what this does. Oh, I forgot. I put them all on group 14 for some reason. That was dumb. You know, I'm starting to think instead of rotation triggers, maybe a move trigger is just going to be the smartest option for me to do. I don't know, let's try some like 100 and over 60 instead. Now this one I would like for it to rotate down though. So I'll bump the group down to 15 since we don't need that center ID anymore. And then instead the new center ID is going to be 16 for this one. Alright, that's awfully fast. Let's double the time it takes. And then let's also go into preview mode so we can see it better. Alright, I will say I think it's in a bad spot because it's kind of overlapping. I think I'm liking it. It's not too overused, but I think it's just enough to look cool, you know? I'm adding one more of the dark ones. So let's grab one. I really like this one, so let's use it. So I'm going to copy and paste it. I think I'm doing pretty good here. The only thing I'm going to change is I think I want this to happen a little quicker, but that's it. Let's show off the final result. So, yeah, I'm really happy. I don't know what else to say, really. I really enjoyed doing this. This is a fun video idea for me, at least. Please do let me know what you think of this series in the comment section. Now, obviously, I'm not doing this to get, like, I don't expect this level to ever get rated or featured or anything like that. First of all, because, you know, I've never had that happen, and also because, I mean, it's just literally a remake of 9 Circles. Like, this is just all for fun. But, yeah, I am happy. I'll play it again for you. I want to look at it again. It's so good. I love it. Thanks for watching. If you managed to stick the whole way through, I congratulate you. And I'll see you guys next time.